We're just gonna start with that. I'm Pat.
Pat, I'm Jeffrey. We're
Just
um,
describe things in food terms
we
now.
did it's a state of fat people columnist.
Yeah.
Uh, I think they use that. I just
The whole of the donut.
yeah.
There was another one that he dropped last week that I needed to adopt. It just hasn't come up again.
Do you remember what it was about?
No, when it comes up again, I probably will.
Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay, all right. Well, situationally, if it happens, I mean,
I don't
go
know.
for
We
it.
just add it to the list of
We
are
just
those called aphorisms or?
you always get me on this because this is there's three of these that sort of I always fail to distinguish. It's aphorisms, idioms, and
Oh, yeah.
colloquialisms. And
Colloquialism is usually regional, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Well, I mean, that's the
that's
thing.
like slang.
It is, but I mean, if we're in the right place here, if you like, say with an accent, it's like we're in the hold the donut now, boy.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing. This is
You
clearly
got to
could be
say
a
it like Hank Hill
colloquialism.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in the hole of the donut.
it could clearly be a colloquialism. God damn it. Okay, but um, I think an idiom is sort of when the the phraseology of what you're using has a different meaning than the literal term,
Yeah,
which this could also fall into theoretically, um, because that would be this should not be this hard to come up with examples.
yeah. You're reaching way back into my composition days. Like, yeah, that's been a minute. Yeah,
Some of
colloquialisms
these.
are basically figures of speech that are commonly known, but not. You can be interpreted literally in a way that would be confusing. I know that from APA because it's been beaten in my skull not to use colloquialisms in any form of writing.
Oh, they'll certainly have
Academic
all
say,
that.
oh,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
that's the antithesis of
Yeah.
academic writing.
Well, yeah, and especially, well, depends on who you ask, but what department you're in. So,
Oh
but
my
yeah,
god!
oh my God, yes.
Please don't
So
do
let's
this.
not do this, man. I went down that rabbit hole. Man, it's just uglier the more that I look.
Do you mean how like certain folks can skate on certain things? Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
apparently all the way to the endowed chair shot.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, I went and looked at it. And I mean, the number of people that had to like la 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 la, it's not happening.
Right,
It
right,
like
right.
grew exponentially the more that I looked into it. And so like I legit feel bad for that dude now. So because I guarantee you he got so many pats on the back
Oh yeah,
over
yeah, yeah.
time that it was kind of like, oh, I must be doing something right.
Do
So
you have any idea, just as far as those
that's
things,
fucked up, dude.
the
I
things,
hate that.
how many times, how many times seriously in the course of everything in review with that person, somebody
Hmm.
had to basically do what I'm doing right now. I was like, Pat,
Don't do that.
don't, Pat,
Don't.
let
Just
it go,
you let it
let it
go.
go,
It's okay,
let
man.
it go.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's just the same. It's like what I was talking about, last week, where it's like, if your takeaway from this is, do you have any other doctors I could see? I can't blame you when you
Yeah.
have shit like this, and a person looks like,
This is different though, man. I mean, doctors, you still got to pass the NCAT. You still got to go through all your boards. Okay,
well,
you've got to do multiple years of residency. This guy just got fucking moonshotted, to his spot. So I mean,
well, but here's the problem: is okay, yes, moonshotted, but the bottom line is you still have to fill out the application.
yeah, no. But see, here's the thing that really got me on this.
Is
Uh,
that people are still defending him?
well, no, I mean, I expect that. So but like, okay, so you're Cambridge.
Yes,
I mean, there are dozens of people on faculty who are not academic tenured, but hold chairships
yes,
basically as
yes.
like, oh, okay, it's culturally important that we have someone like you on our faculty.
Right,
Okay, and
right.
so yeah, write as many op-eds as you want; those will count. Okay, you know, um, And they could have easily done that. you know,
Yep.
they could have absolutely easily done that and say, "We love this dude's story. He has important things to say." In terms of like what it is that we want to put out as a university. Cool,
Yes.
dude. Every university's got dudes like that.
Yes.
You know,
Because I think you, to be fair, I think you actually, in the same way that my Twitter feed is littered with voices that are very contradictory to mine,
mm-hmm.
right? I think you should have those kind of voices,
Oh, absolutely.
like absolutely people that even at the bare minimum are generating some form of good controversy to the point where people it points to it's a sort of provocative things that I think an
Sure.
educational place should have.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes
it
you have to be the straw that stirs the drink. Yes.
yes, 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 yes. But you're right. There's still a version of this where it's we accept your seat on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Angry the boy is.
This is unfair.
Yeah.
This never happened before.
I'm offended. Yeah. I'm gonna go murder all the young ones.
Dude, don't this week, man. Just again with the murdering younglings and hearing people defending that shit
Dude,
too.
I'm out of
It's
that one. I had to duck out of that one. That one just makes my blood boil, and it's like, oh my, okay,
what do you
God.
do with this, Pat?
I
What do
don't,
you do?
man. This is like one of those things. It's like, when you walk by the ash can for the 10th time and it's still on fire, you're just like, well, my shift is over.
That's true. It's like, hey, doing, buddy?
So I've already poured 3 coffees on this. It's not going out without professional help. So, um,
Did you put out the fire this shit? It's like, nah, man. I
no,
just watched it.
no, man.
I just watched it.
I just sat
Watched
here
it
and
burn.
smelled burning cigarette filters.
Like I don't know. There are rare instances where you think about how we used to muse about this. Then you procreated. There's this thing of like, if a child approaches you with this story and asks you to explain it, like how do you start this without saying like, honey,
There are fucked
there
up
are
people in this
bad
world. There
people
are
in this
bad people in
world.
this world. Yeah, and thankfully you're not one of them. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, that one. Yeah, I had to duck out of that, man. So I was like, no, I'm out. I'm out. So
I don't blame you, and I got to tell you, the internet is not a healthy place for any sort of discussion on this
no,
right
it's
now.
terrible, man.
And I don't think I can really contribute anything to this to the discourse
Mm.
that doesn't uh, that doesn't fall upon basically the extreme ends of this. There's no part of me that says uh, if we have such a tool, such as extension cord or anything you could buy at Lowe's that would stretch this woman's neck, I can't really. I don't have a reasonable version of this where I can look at this and say, like, I really see her side of this story.
Yeah, I can't either. So, I mean, and it's got like so many things on the internet. It's just gotten clouded with fucking radio traffic. Yeah, that
The worst kind.
I know the worst kind. I mean, we've seen this happen multiple times with different issues where fucking all the weirdos jump on it and completely muddy all the waters. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes not so much.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it go both ways. I mean, George Floyd was a good example of that in the beginning, where we're looking at the tape and shit, and well, that was even before the tape came out, and
Mm.
stuff. It was like, okay, yeah, all right, let's have a legit discussion about this. And, oh no, 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 you got to have a take immediately. Patience is for the weak. you know, I mean, and then COVID happened,
And then COVID happened.
and then
Yeah.
COVID happened. And you talk about getting pushed off the fucking radar within a week. The Fauci thing is just dead. So, absolutely cooked, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Um, yeah. It's like we could have had a discussion about that. It's been 7 years.
It has.
Or 6 years, I guess.
It has been. Yeah, it's been 6 years, and in oh, 1996, that would have been the scandal of the year.
Yeah.
Uh, It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to look back in hindsight on things, especially like when you take your first look at things. Like I can remember back in '92, and not thinking that OJ had anything to do with race. When I first started hearing about the story,
Yeah,
it was just kind of like,
dude, I was too young to care about that at that
yeah.
time.
Well, that wasn't
Uh,
'92. It was 90.
I think it was 94, was it?
90. I was in high
No, I
school.
think it was
I was in high
earlier.
school.
Yeah, I think it was earlier.
I think it was just 96. I feel like it was 96, 97. It was
96?
on there.
Well, that's maybe when the trial was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe that's the riots were earlier than that.
92 was the race
Yeah,
riots.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I wasn't working at the airport yet, but Brian, big tall stinky Brian,
Yes.
was deployed as a Marine to LA.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh. I see.
yeah, before he fell out of a helicopter and got drummed down. So
His back was legitimately
his back
fucked up,
was
was it not?
legitimately fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
See, that's the kind of dude that seems like he should have. He was getting like a disability check, was he not?
I have no, dude. That's all way before 9/11 and War on Terror and all that
Oh,
stuff. So
yeah.
I doubt, you know, I doubt it, man. That was your dad's military. That's a little different. Look, my lungs are full of
Yeah, no, no,
asbestos.
no.
Thank you for your service, sir. My mom was like, I think your dad caught something in the Gulf. Don't worry about it. I would have gotten cancer somewhere else otherwise.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's a different generation, dude. It's just,
It was a totally
it's
different generation.
like Dad's final breaths are kind of. I knew the risks. I know. It's just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, but like yeah, the internet is just it's awful this week. I can't. I couldn't really engage with it in any way that was meaningful. Um, yeah. Nothing's happening, Jeff. That's the problem right now. There's a war, kind of, but not really.
Kind of.
Yeah,
A ceasefire were declared,
we're declared. There's like inflation, but it's not terrifying.
but
Um,
it's not great
but it's
either.
not great either. Everything's kind of lukewarm right now, man. So, I mean, we shouldn't be complaining, but I mean, I guess I got kind of used to the roller coaster ride, and it's like, no, I really want to ride this one. So,
Well,
what we got? We got teacups in the love tunnel? No, I'm good.
you're where you're where you're not supposed to be, Patrick. You're at the point where you're saying, I don't really know what to do with a normal week.
Yeah,
That's sort of problematic.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, there wasn't really anything. Dolly Parton died, but
And Tim Curry died today
and Tim
too.
Curry died today too. I did see that as well. Now, to be fair, I was never really a big Rocky Horror Picture Show
He
guy.
was in other things.
I know he was in other things, but he's remembered for exactly two.
Okay, that's one. What's the other?
Well, the other one would be the clown guy in the
Oh,
good version of that book.
well, all right. Listen, so I remember that dude from a ton of things, but that's
Yeah,
that's uh, it's weird. People always go Rocky Horror first. Thing I always remember him first is Clue. The second thing I always
Clue.
yeah, he's the
Wow.
he's the brother. But the second thing I always remember him for, and this is not. Let me just say it this way: there are actors in this world who it doesn't matter what part that you give them,
Mhm.
right? There are people who just they remember where they came from. They're never there for just a paycheck. Whatever the role is that you give them,
Yeah.
they're always going to give 100%, even if no one else is. And so I'll always remember that dude from the Red Alert cutscenes, uh, because he was in those games.
He was also in movies.
He was also he
Yeah,
was
I know who
in
you're talking
well, yeah. I'm talking about Tim Curry, but
That was Tim Curry?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was in those games, and he was
Was he the
acting his
Soviet guy?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
he was acting his ass off because it's your job and you get paid,
You get paid to do it. Yeah.
right?
Back with that sweet, sweet video game money.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
1994
yeah,
video game money.
yeah. And that and the fact that the dude was a prolific voice actor and a ton of shit, so I
Yeah.
always remember him from stuff like that. But um, I always thought he was a really cool dude. But this is
When you get down to obits, though, man, it's kind of speaks about like how the week has been.
well, this is it's going to get lost in the shuffle because, like you and I talked about before, there is way too much bread with too little butter on it in terms of actors under 40 that anyone knows who the fuck they are.
Oh, there's tons of them.
And
Yeah.
we're going to watch waves of people.
Oh, yeah.
The names that we knew and grew up with are going to be gone, gone,
Yeah.
gone, gone, gone.
No, I remember when we went through a spate of that, like, I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago, where all of like the old school actors that you remembered were dying off.
Oh, like when Sean Connery died and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Sean
Yeah.
Connery is a good example of that. You know, there are a bunch that you remembered seeing them as kids, and they were a little rough, at that time. Um,
Yeah, kind of. I think it still felt a little bit more spaced out, but
yeah, maybe.
but
Yeah.
I mean, it's their time. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Trying to think who the old guys are now. It's probably Patrick Stewart.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford's
Yeah,
up there.
Harrison Ford.
Ian McKellen's up there.
Ian McKellen's up there. Yeah.
What's his name is still alive. What the fuck? Oh, Captain Kirk. Help.
Oh, William Shatner.
William
Yeah.
Shatner. He's like 97.
Yeah.
Fucking Dick Van Dyke is still alive. He's over 100.
That dude made the news for something lately. Yeah,
Being
I was
over
almost
100.
yeah. I guess that's it. I saw him pop up. I was like, I thought that dude was gone.
I thought he was long gone, man.
Yeah.
He's still around. Mel Brooks is still around. So,
Yeah, and the last movie he wants to make is Spaceballs 2. He's working on it right now.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. One last hurrah, huh?
If this is what you insist on going out on.
Okay. Gonna make grandson of Frankenstein or something.
He's made
All
plenty.
those guys are dead.
Oh yeah, yeah. They most certainly are.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody in his movies is dead. I mean, well, Rick Moranis is still around.
Yeah.
John Candy's long gone.
Yeah.
Well, even his other movies like fucking Blazing Saddles, all those guys are dead.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen, yeah, oh yeah, he's gone. He's long gone. I saw an interview with him on Johnny Carson the other night. I forgot how fucking funny that guy was off the cuff. And then I went down a Don Rickles hole for a while.
Don Rickles got jokes, man.
The only guy I think I like watching more from that age, of course, is the Rodney Dangerfield.
Actually, I take that back. Don Rickles has one joke, but he has about a million variations of it, and he's lightning fast with it.
Yeah, he is.
And Rodney Dangerfield in his heyday could swing the bat with anybody.
Oh yeah, totally.
And you know what? Here's the funny thing is I don't know what percentage of it was, but something I think Rodney Dangerfield was roughly 95% delivery being the
Yeah, well, his jokes were really clever. So
they were.
Don Rickles would just hit you with zingers. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was his thing. Um, yeah, but Rodney Dangerfield, I mean, he had a smoother delivery. Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't get started
his setups
until
were pretty good too. So
they were. I mean, It's amazing to me that dude actually didn't get his start until his 40s.
Yeah,
He did not. He was a fucking mattress salesman until
that
then.
makes sense. Yeah,
It absolutely
that
does.
absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, that checks out, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but all those guys are gone now, man, and comedy just fucking sucks. Dude, it's terrible. So you gotta look at very, very obscure places to find decent comedy now, man. So like some of those guys just went completely off the rails.
Well, it's weird. There are. It's sort of like we talked about before, man. So we came from. It is hard to describe. It is hard to describe to younger people. Like, uh, if you're going to describe like comedy in the '80s, comedy in the '80s was when they made. That was when they made superstar comedians, right? That
Yeah,
was
well, they mint out of SNL, back then.
into and out of, yeah,
Into and out
yeah,
of, but then they'd
yeah.
also hit, like you get guys who are on the movie circuit for a couple of years, but would still go out and do so. I mean, fuck, you had Jay Leno come out of that period. So,
You did, you did, but I mean the like say for example, I wouldn't. There is I don't think there's a stand up right now that I could put on the level of, say, 80s Robin Williams or
no,
Eddie Murphy or,
no. I
um,
thought Tim Dillon was going to go there for a little bit, then he got stupid. So, same thing with Bill Burr. He got stupid too.
yeah, that
That dude went off it. Yeah.
there's a lot of speculation that that dude changed after he got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then some of the other guys that I'm supposed to think are funny just. Yeah.
There's a lot of dudes out there who are sort of described as a comedian's comedian, and
I don't get it. It's for me, not you.
maybe I mean that sort of I'm not here to appreciate a joke, Patrick. I'm here to laugh at it.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
here to analyze the breakdown of it and say like structurally this is perfect. It's perfect. I see everything about this that works. I just didn't laugh.
Yeah, I didn't get any belly laughs out of
Yeah.
it. So yeah, nah, we'll see. Maybe they'll come back. Who knows, dude?
Oh, it's a sine wave. I'm sure that we are, um, just we're a miniature model of the universe. Things expand and then they contract and they expand again. We're seeing it. We're seeing. We've seen uh, we've seen the streaming services, explode and then be repurchased, and
Yeah,
now they're
consolidated.
being sucked back into one universe again. There are there are rumblings right now, Patrick. There are rumblings that Netflix wants to put out a model that is free.
Okay.
Obviously, this is going to be ad heavy, right?
Yeah,
But you know what free Netflix is with ads?
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
You get local news and weather together.
You, pretty much, man. This is sort of all things have a way of sort of coming back to
Yeah,
a little one.
regular TV is bad though right now. It's just, ugh, it's unwatchable.
I don't know. I haven't watched regular
I know.
TV and
I've been trying, man, but man, it is just no, ain't nothing.
what are you supposed to watch on regular TV?
Well, just whatever's on, but it's the same. It's like you turn on the TV now. You've seen the exact same shows from 10 years ago in their fifth generation.
Oh yeah.
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 So, like, how many versions of Housewives and House Flipping and fucking anybody can cook shows, can you get? Um, yeah, Naked and Afraid version 12. So,
Yeah, there's a. I thought you were talking about like network TV, which is,
I,
um,
I, I can't do it, man. So I'll watch the local news every now and then. I gotta tell you, even local news is fucking bad. So no,
well,
I mean, like,
you had a reference for it that I never did, my friend.
yeah, but it's just, I mean, the cool thing about local news is you get like 4 minutes of national news, Okay, maybe an international story, and
Yeah.
then a couple feel good local stories. Where are the roads fucked up? What's the weather going to be like the next 3 days? How's my local high school football team doing?
Right.
And it's like, all right, now it's time for Jeopardy. I'm like, I remember this, but I don't like you. And then it's like, oh, it's Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, is that
This
what that is
feels
then?
wrong.
Oh,
Yeah. you
well,
know? So, yeah. It's like, don't you have like a talent show or something that you're supposed to be doing?
well, that's
you know?
that's all regular TV is at this point, right? Just
Pretty
basically
much.
like talent shows and uh, just sort of like lame ass cop shows.
There's a ton of them.
Yeah,
There's a ton of them.
yeah,
Cop, firefighter, and paramedic shows.
yeah.
So, yeah, with various versions of Rob Lowe in them. I mean,
Just
he's
yeah,
got like six Spawn out there.
just some subdivision of Brahma. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
some
Um,
permutation of that shit.
yeah. No, it's just yeah, it's lame. So, that's okay. YouTube still does it for me most of the time, man. It's just this week has been last few days have been pretty dry. you know,
Yeah,
as long as you don't want to get into, like race politics, which I don't. I'm done. So yeah, it's just like, okay, this is what you want me to do. You want me to think about this. So I'm gonna stop doing that because I know it's what you want.
I don't think that's an unfair takeaway. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a segment of I am trying to be nice about this. I don't know if I can. There's a segment of racist Twitter that has been extremely vocal on both sides lately. Um, and to be fair, all right, the nicest way I can say this here is I don't blame anybody for this per se, in the sense that I feel like white guys have been taking it on the chin for more than their share of years lately.
On Twitter, yeah.
Well, just sort of in on Twitter, in media, and sort of any place where they can take a punch, whether that be on television, movies, or in a lot of cases, real life. Um, so there's not a part of me that says I think the backlash is fair. Um, I don't particularly love the way that a lot of people have been feeling that they can express this lately. There's a lot of uh,
Yeah, don't overdo it, guys. So,
well,
people have been
yeah,
calling that for years.
yeah,
So they've been calling
yeah.
that for years. Um, I don't know, man. Yeah, I just, it's so far removed from what I see in day life. That I just, it's like, okay, all right, there's no World Cup on.
Yeah.
Baseball season is getting close, but not enough where I'm starting to pay attention to the standings. Football started. I guess I cared less than I thought I would.
Not the actual season.
No, not the actual
Okay,
season.
yeah.
So, but not enough to dust off the fantasy league and
Yeah.
things like that. So it was just like, all right, the whole midterm thing has kind of died down because I think a lot of people are looking at the Democrats' chances with less glee than they were about a month ago. You did it to yourselves,
Get what you
dude. Yeah,
get,
you
man.
get what you get. So, so yeah, we're gonna have a couple more lunatics in Congress, but like 2 months ago, like everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna lose the House," blah blah blah. And now they're talking like Republicans are gonna gain like 6 seats. so, and so
Well,
that narrative shifted real fast.
that was the thing was again with the whole like prediction market shit. Uh,
Yeah, that stuff's crooked, man.
the last thing that I looked at before the one before I saw you last was the Graham seat where
Oh, she crushed that dude.
well again they were saying I don't know how this was passing around. They're like, well the Trump endorsement is a sign of death and this person's in for a rough time. But yeah, she crushed it, but like God knows how many points.
She crushed
And
it.
then you showed the numbers of this is how many endorsements Trump made. and the numbers were astronomical
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of who won. I was like, where the fuck are you guys pulling this
Well, and the other thing
information from,
is, I
man?
mean, he sprinkles them around like fucking, like candy. So, I mean, like, yeah. So even if you take a look at his win ratio in terms of endorsements go, I mean, it doesn't really matter because 9 times out of 10 he lines up with some normie Republican who campaigned for him in the past.
Oh,
You
it's a
know,
chalker pick.
there's a
It's
few
a
of them here and
there's a there's not too many out there except for Mike Lindell that were sort of
there. That one, yeah.
that I think, but the rest of them are just kind of like, bro,
That's your cocaine.
it's like you have 1 versus 2 playing in the finals. Like this shouldn't
Right,
be
yeah.
like there's no risk here.
There's no risk.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Yeah, no. And then, just watching some of the other stuff, like, all these things that people are agitating about lately. And it's like, actually, no, you can keep building your ballroom. Actually, no, we're not going to rule on that till next year. You know what? Yeah, we're not going to do that. Um, the whole fucking the voting thing, whatever it was.
Oh, the post office ballots.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, there was something along the lines that said no, they just threw all kinds of cold water on it earlier this week. I didn't really read into it that much, but
Well, so the I guess this is sort of a there's sort of a whose court is in charge, where I guess one court sort of ruled against it at first. They put a stay on it,
isn't
and
that
then
Louisiana?
can't remember.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm doing my best to stay on track of all this. This is sort of like remembering who did what and where this is in the current standings. This is the problem that voters are going to run into this November is anybody that dipped in casually or popped into Facebook occasionally and saw something and they thought like, oh, this is like this, or oh, this is like this, has this impression of sort of things in medias res where they're sort of like, oh, well, didn't this person do this? It's like,
Mhm.
yes, but that was undone by a higher court. Didn't you pay attention to the news?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Um, Now I can't blame them because to a point here, like you did, I sort of like halfway checked out of this because I was getting upset. Like I can't watch this fucking child killing psychopath and the fucking women throwing ice in the bathtub, um, because they're so mad about raising kids and all this other shit. Like I can't look at this. This is making me furious. In the same way that um, I can't watch Hassan Piker singing "We Are Charlie Kirk." I can't.
I heard about that. What? Yeah, that seemed
It's
particularly
so
tasteless.
fucking
Yeah,
tasteless. I'm like, this is like. Granted, there's a rap sheet a mile long with this fucking retard as far as
Phil
things that
Piker.
as far as just things that would get you disavowed on a regular basis. But I mean, it's like, bro, you
See,
guys.
Piker is like a lefty's version of what they think Joe Rogan is, and he's not
No,
even
no, he's
not even
no,
close.
he's
Yeah,
not that. No, that's the thing
no,
is they say that.
but it's not true, man. I mean,
This was like
it
back.
is so far off. Yeah, I mean, he is so far out there on some of his shit that it's like because they've been talking. Oh, the left needs a Joe Rogan, and for some reason, Hassan Piker just started hitting the wire in the last couple of weeks. Now I realize it's fucking astroturfed.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Yeah,
This was like, remember back in the day where they used to say that Howard Stern was the left's Limbaugh, and I'm like, these guys don't.
yeah, not even
They have
close.
nothing to do
Yeah,
with each other.
no.
Like this is this guy's lane, and he's going to talk about moral decay and all this other stuff. Um, and the other guy is just again, this is not. A friend of mine did an impression once trying to because he couldn't remember the person's name, but basically summed up his entire shtick with just an impression, trying to remember who he was talking about.
Mhm.
It's like, who's that one guy? It's like every one of his radio shows is like this. It's like, oh, you're so hot. If I wasn't married, I would totally do you.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? You just summed
He
up
just summed it up.
fucking
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
years of radio.
Yeah.
But I was like, this guy, he's not an overly political guy. He does bring up things from time to time, but it's not his shtick.
If you listen to his show, and I used to listen to it quite a bit. I mean, this was 20 years ago, but still, it was like, yeah, occasionally things would come up, but most of it was like some form of street prank. They'd actually
He
talk about music a lot.
talked about music a
Yeah.
lot. The street pranks, the prank calls
The
were
prank calls.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And oftentimes, I will also say this: he also usually Stern had great guests,
Oh,
and
he'd get amazing guests.
um, so that was the thing was, and every now and then he'd go on some kind of, especially more so than anything else. Most of his politics, if they came up, involved problems that he was having with New York City at the time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll learn more about New York politics. This is back, like, I mean, I don't think Giuliani was in charge when I was listening to him. I think it was Bloomberg.
I could,
So,
yeah,
yeah, he'd
yeah,
rail on it pretty hard. But I mean, it wasn't like
but it wasn't.
3 hours of radio. It was like 10 minutes, of
Yes,
that. Yeah,
yes,
you know.
yeah.
So yeah, no, he's not a good thing either. I
Mm-mm.
just realized that, like, um, like, and normies don't fucking watch a soundbite. So, I mean,
So here's
most
the thing.
normies don't even know what fucking Twitch is.
So here's the amazing thing about this, right? So most people started learning. So I knew who this fucking dickhead was for a long
I've
time,
known who it
right?
has been for.
Um, but most people,
I was brought up to speed to him with the dog shocking, and that was like a year ago, man. Come on. I was like, who would do that? Let alone on a live stream and not get swatted immediately.
the problem again, the issue at that point for me had nothing to do with this political retardation, which was well on display. As far
Right.
as I was concerned, like, look, all right, I'm going to tell you. As far as I'm concerned, this is what I think of Hassan Piker. Okay, I don't know if you know that much about his history or who he was or what he used to look like. You're aware that he's Cenk Uyghur's
Yeah, it's
his
it's
nephew.
his nephew.
He's his
Wasn't he
nephew.
a gamer though originally?
No,
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was a Rocket League guy or something.
nope,
Okay.
nope. What he did was because he was Cenk's nephew,
Mhm.
right? He got his way into being on the Young Turks, right?
Oh,
Of course, which makes perfect sense. Now, here's the thing: is
with Anna Kasparian, who went off the ranch.
Anakin,
And
Anakin
how?
has moments of being ridiculously fucking based from time to time.
Every now and then, yes.
I've actually grown to like her quite a bit. Now, I still think, like, if I were to put like straight money on it, I was like, name the one person on this planet who would like having sex with me the least. It would
Megan
be
Kelly.
her.
Yeah.
She's a close number two.
I think she's number one, but yeah.
And I don't see. I have to caveat that with me. I think Megan Kelly at this point is disgusted by the act, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yes, it counts, but there was this thing where
And culture would be pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Um, but Hassan Piker was he's his nephew, grew up rich as fuck, and if you've seen him, he's just this pudgy little kid,
Yeah, no, I've seen.
right?
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, everything I've seen about this guy is I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know who you're appealing to. It's everything that you do and what you say is basically a ramped up version of this to look appealing to fucking teenage girls. All right, that's who you are.
Well, that's what Nick Fuentes does. So,
Oh, Nick Fuentes.
yeah. I haven't heard his name as much recently.
No,
So,
because he he joined the crowd of basically, the Tucker Carlson League
he did, yeah.
of people.
Because it's like Carlson League.
I don't know what to tell you. There's something where I don't know which version of the Mormon stones that Tucker saw. And put the hat. He's the only one that can see him.
I know, yeah.
Where he's like, you know what? I have seen. I have put on the fucking they live glasses about
Get these fucking glasses on, son
politics,
of a bitch.
and has just come out the other side. And he's like, "Aren't you all coming with me?" It's like, "Nah, man,
Well,
I'm
Megan
kind of
Kelly
cool."
grabbed her purse, so you know.
Megan,
Check, please. You know?
Megan Kelly had the. Megan Kelly was in the middle of a storm out session.
Yeah,
And halfway through, before she made it to the door, right, she had the wherewithal to come back and say, like, I was mad. Why don't we talk this out?
yeah,
Okay. So she lost some of the people, but at the same time, she didn't go as far as Tucker as to say, like, I think it's time for us to start our own Republican Party.
yeah. Tucker's on his own island now, man.
Yeah,
So, in fact, it's an iceberg that we chipped off the mainland.
pretty much. And it's not getting that much traction. But yeah, as far as the weird thing of you and I have watched Rogan for years, right? Watched, listened to, skipped plenty of episodes,
Oh, tons.
tons of episodes, but there's a lot of things that Joe Rogan is, and a right wing dude is not one of them.
No, no, no. No. So certainly not like not in the vein of like a Limbaugh or anything like that. No.
Rogan
So
has never said that there's any affliction, mental or physical, out there that you can pray your way out of.
no. Yeah, no.
He ain't like that. He's
No, he
not.
ain't like that.
There's
Yeah.
no. I never see him talking about kids these days. I never see him like there are things that he's not that kind of guy. I mean, that's what other people have that niche filled, but that's not his thing most of the time. And again, this is like, dude, you're fucking high every show. This is not like Limbaugh wouldn't get stoned every show. That's not how this
I don't
works.
know. He did like the blow. So yeah.
He did, but if I recall later on, his high was all prescription.
I don't know.
I
So
believe so.
yeah, you might be right. And he got clean eventually.
He
So
did.
and then he got skinny.
I think he
So
talked about it extensively
he
too.
did
Like
later
he
on.
was,
Yeah. So
I think he was like, I was in a bad place, guys. It's like I was in a rough spot.
that's a rough spot.
I woke up somewhere. It was not my house or
Right.
any place I
Woke up
recognized.
butt naked on some roof somewhere.
I saw Jesus. He was not
He was
happy.
not happy with
I seem to recall him being fairly open about that. Yeah. I thought he had a pretty nasty prescription pain.
me. You might be right. Yeah.
He might have been an opiates guy.
Back when that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's sort of the weird designations they're doing with this. There's a whole shit ton of there's two things going on here where there's a lot of downplaying the democratic socialists, and saying the the phrase going around right now is that it's a big tent. It's like, well, you say that, but I noticed that the Islamic guys are on one side of the tent and they are not hanging out with the alphabet
yeah.
crowd.
No, there's a cordon between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, well, and you're only talking about a handful of guys who fit that.
but they're the ones making the most noise.
They're the ones getting the most media attention. That's for sure. So, I don't know, like the whole DSA thing, like Democrats are going through what the Republicans did back in 20, not 16, but like 18. You know, after his first midtown run or midterm run, um, where there was a decent push by some guys back then to like reassert control over the party.
Are you talking about the Never Trumpers?
Yeah, exactly. And the
Yeah,
Lincoln Project and all that shit. And
yeah,
it just completely imploded
they did.
because they couldn't beat him because he actually had a majority, like a real one, because people weren't down with like fucking, the David Petraeus crowd,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
fucking who was the guy who got pushed out? I can't remember now, but he was a big anti-Trump guy. He got booted out of the Senate on a primary that year.
Oh, I couldn't remember now. I've seen
Yeah,
too many names come and
I
go
know, but
lately,
he
dude.
was a big one. Who got stabbed in a primary? Might have been Texas or something. I don't remember. But so anyway, that okay. So that battle, the fucking Rebs had retreated over the hills. At that
I
point
did.
in time, you know, and said let them go back to their farms, kind of thing. And ever since then, I mean, there's still like a low boil, but a lot of those guys have just ducked out. I mean, they either went to like various bastions in conservative media, or think tanks and stuff like that. And then 2020 they thought they had a resurgence in it, and then no. Okay, so the
Right.
whole thing, Biden's whole term was basically, well, what's Trump doing this week?
That's still all that's going on.
Pretty much, yeah. Although that dude is slowing down, so you're starting to see it a little bit.
This is true.
Like, so he'll give it one last good hurrah here, but his eye is obviously over in Iran,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
various things. I mean, this whole thing with Canada this week, which I find immensely funny.
What part about
Um,
it do you find funny, Patrick? What aspect of the Canada thing has got you tickling your funny bone?
well, we've already been down this path, and they decide they want to try it again. And it's like, okay, I mean, you just have to play ball with the guy. He will play a game with
Yeah.
you. Okay, but if you get all huffy on him, then he's like, okay, fine, fuck you. So you need me more than I need you. And he's absolutely right about that. You know.
That
Um,
was, I mean, that was some of the funniest copium that I've seen all fucking week, where they were talking about, how did they say this? They were talking about how many states the power is going to go out on if Canada cut us off.
oh, come on. The answer is zero.
How much power do you think we get from Canada?
Zero.
It's not zero.
Okay. One. A power.
8%.
8%. Okay.
Yes.
But like, what is this? Like actually through transmission, or is that through fuels? Is it through coal? What is it? I mean, whatever it is, I guarantee you they can backfill that, in one way or another.
I know we
So,
can.
yeah, of course. So,
But bro,
dude, I used to work in the coal mines. All right. So, like, fucking this is 24 years ago. So, like, coal traffic is down 80% since then. The fucking dirt is still there. It didn't go anywhere. I mean, even back then, they told me we have enough for 250-year supply at 2x of what we currently pull out.
the audacity this week, they said, okay, this was the other thing. This was
We're not even talking about nat gas, man.
they were talking about that gas. They were saying, like, they said, do you have any idea how much natural gas we get from Canada? And I'm sitting there like
Yeah,
reading
man.
this. I'm like,
It's like more of it. There's way more of it in North Dakota.
I didn't I didn't know how to break this out. I was like,
Yeah.
guys, so we put the stack over here,
Mhm.
and the way this works is there's an igniter in there.
Yeah.
And if enough of this gas starts to push through,
Burns.
it actually turns the igniter,
Yeah.
right?
Flare it off.
And we flare it off.
Yeah.
And I asked once, why do we flare that off?
Mhm.
They say it's so inexpensive here that it's cheaper
Mhm.
to just destroy it.
Then store it.
Then I was like, can't we just like put a bag over it? And like, now I say this, we we could put a bag over
Put a
it
big balloon on it.
if for whatever reason we don't have Canada's natural gas over. We do have the facilities
Yeah.
to put a bag over it
Yeah.
and use it.
Everything's in place, man. That's the hilarious thing. I can't remember how long ago. This was a while ago, but I remember having the discussion like uh with one of my classes once
Mm.
about this. I mean, I don't remember how it came up. I think someone was actually doing a project on natural gas or something like
Oh, okay, yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I shared this photo and it was a satellite photo at night of the United States, and
Mm,
you see all the cities and stuff. There's a giant one in North Dakota that doesn't actually fucking exist,
right. Right.
and that's all
Yep.
the flaring that goes on certain times of the
Yep.
year. So yeah, but it looks like a fucking city. So,
It does.
yeah.
It absolutely does. Yeah. We have so much of that that we don't know what to do with it.
Well, I mean, and I mean the other thing, it is a safety thing. I mean, it's burn. You know?
It does.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I was like, can we keep it? Is there this I was treating it like leftover spaghetti. I was like, well, we can still eat that for lunch tomorrow.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just
It's still
like
good tomorrow.
that's fine. It's like, do we have to destroy it?
Yeah.
And the look of like, do you just not realize how much of this there is
Yeah.
in this continent?
I remember that was explained to me way back in the day because driving through Cheyenne, where that huge gas plant is, just east of town. It's just constantly on fire, kind of thing. But that's literally a refinery, and all that is just them, flaring off all the natural gas byproduct.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, no, it's crazy, But I mean, they'll chill out, they'll come around, kind of thing. And but even that was just a little, not even a hiccup in the news
Not
this
really.
week.
No,
No,
it
it's
was
like, okay, so nothing's really on fire at this moment, and so we got to talk about. Suddenly, race comes back into it, and then the same thing's true with this thing in Massachusetts. It's like, all right, so we default to identity politics every time there ain't shit going on. Got it. I mean, this is
yeah,
like baseline low
you
boil.
can always find
You can always find something to agitate and get
yeah,
clicks, with that stuff. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, come on, dude, that's way over there in the UK. Okay, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, all these talks about affirmative action and stuff, it's all been dismantled in fucking schools. So, I mean, they basically changed that with, that Supreme Court ruling on top of a couple others like 10 fucking years ago, and then finally they started enforcing it through the federal loan system. And so it's like, okay. So, and then, yeah, you have a bunch of private schools who still do it. Fine, whatever. Private school, do what you want, man. So,
And that's the thing is there's a component to this where in my heart of hearts I'm kind of like, well, yeah, that's if you want to run a private place where you do this, I guess that makes sense.
sure.
Um, in the same token, this is dude, this is the one that
Well, and they completely fucking gutted it, and like all the government contracting and stuff.
oh,
They
it
just,
used to be bad.
oh,
Man.
dude, it
Really
used to be
was.
terrible, man.
It
But
used
they
to be
just, I mean, that was literally a stroke of the pen, Said, no, all this stuff, consideration, yada, yada, yada. Nope. So, um, yeah, I remember, like, I know a couple guys in the contracting world that tell me it's like hiring got so much easier, you know?
bad. It was my dad. I mean, to be fair, my dad lived through that here, and he gave me a perspective because I guess from the outside, right, as a person when I was talking to him about this in 1999 or whatever, I was like, whoever thought this was a good idea? And the way he broke it to me, and um, I know the way that my dad voted, but he was saying, oh, your dad voted for Nixon 3 times, my dad voted for Kennedy, but the way that he broke it down for me is like you weren't there. So it's like
Yeah.
just the best way I can explain it to you is like it was it was this crowd. There were no representatives of this crowd.
Correct.
It was never going to change.
Mm.
And he made it clear, he's like, I think we're past that.
Yeah.
But in order to understand why it's there at all,
Mhm.
you have to understand what it used to look like. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? I understand. I get it.
Gotcha.
I didn't see that perspective. Um, I totally get it now. So,
Yeah, but then, like, here's the thing is that we're as far away from the Civil Rights Act now as it was from World War One.
ain't that some
I know
crazy shit?
it is. It's
Yeah.
been a long time now, and there's been like, I mean, not just a lot of progress, in terms of that, but just like like an overall feeling of normalization that
Right.
just got fucked up by social media over the last 10 years.
Didn't help.
Didn't no, certainly didn't help.
No.
And then the other thing about it is that it's gotten to the point in time where there are I mean, there like your dad said, there are legitimate reasons for some of those things.
100%. Yes.
100%. But like in my entire professional life, okay, I have never experienced any form of distinct racism beyond like maybe less than five guys. So that I've come across in my career. You know,
I would argue those five guys, though, went above and beyond.
one or two of them for sure. The other guys were kind of closeted,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the kind of thing that would legitimately get your ass kicked. You know,
Well, yeah.
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 So I mean, yeah. So it didn't come out that much. And when it did, it was really like, whoa, dude. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, all the hiring that I've done all over the years and things like that, it's never even once been like even remotely a consideration. When I've never
Yeah.
both ways. I've never been on a committee where I say, oh well, we really need a black guy. That's never happened. So, and I've never been on once is like, well, we don't hire Mexicans around here. I've never once. So, yeah. And I
Yeah.
worked a lot of jobs, man. So, and a lot of them, yeah, a little rough around the edges,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
mean, none of that. So,
I've also never been in a place where I've worked at a spot and it was just, you were like, this place is suspiciously all white. I've
no,
never been in a place like that either.
no, I've never been in a place
Outside of
like
like a
that.
family business, but I mean
Yeah.
that's different.
So
It's
I've been in
cannabis.
things that are a little bit different than that. Like all our track gangs, they were all Mexicans. They all did their own hiring. They were all related to each other. Never got a lick of trouble out of any of them, kind of thing. But that's how they did it,
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, whatever, So we could talk about disparate impact here, but that doesn't apply to white guys. So, and I know none of you guys are going to hire someone who's. I'm not going to bring that up. So,
You know why you didn't bring it up, Patrick? It sounds like the track guys actually got the job done.
they absolutely got their jobs done.
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, they settled all their disputes and stuff internally, so you didn't have to deal with it. It's a different union too.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah.
but that's just how that works. And then I've seen the same thing in a couple other, like little spots here and there, where it's like, okay, all these guys here are Indian, got it. All these people over here are Filipino, got that.
Right.
So, I've seen that in the past. Um, but like any white collar or like professional job that I've had, none of that. It's like the last place you'd see it, let alone on a college. Fucking A, dude. I mean,
Now, okay. So to be fair, all right. So I did take a tour of NVIDIA headquarters,
uh,
and uh, look, man, there is a disproportionate amount of South Asian in that place, and I'm also well aware of why that happens.
sure,
Right? There's two components of it. Number one,
get your family over.
well,
I've
so
seen that.
it's part of it is to get your family over, but the other component of this here is uh, this has been in the news lately, and it deserves to be in the news. Is they're saying like, what happens to the tech industry if you shut this off? It's like, okay, so why is it on in the first place? It's like, well,
What do you mean on? What is on?
basically the H1.
H1B pipeline? Okay,
Yes,
I got you.
yes. They say like the tech industry falls apart if you shut this off. And it's like the argument is that there aren't enough qualified uh, there aren't enough qualified Americans to do these jobs here. Fact is
I
that's
don't
not
buy
true.
that.
No, it has everything to do with the
I don't
fact
buy
that
that for
it's cheaper. That's
it
the
is cheaper.
that's the singular reason that that's happening. Now, ultimately, here's the problem: is everything has unintended
Mm-hmm.
consequences. So that component of, okay, well, you hired this guy because he's cheaper. Now, what you can also say here is, have you noticed that as soon as he got in a position to hire, eight of all eight hires were also Indian? Does that not strike you as a little bit odd? I don't know. Can't call it into question. Yeah, there is a problem
Cheaper.
with that. So yeah, if the tool on this to say that, well, we can do this one of two ways. We can either make you pay a fucking fortune when there are H-1Bs and you're going to make it up with price, or we're going to basically start restricting this shit and you're going to hire domestically first. And to me, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. And I guess here's the component of this that I would say is if there was an H-1B distribution that was remotely even across this world, I wouldn't have a problem with this, because then you would be actually fulfilling what the value of this is to actually integrate world diversity
Sure.
with what you're doing. But if it's 75% from here, 23% from here, and then 2% the rest of the world, that's a severe problem.
Yeah. Well, you see the same thing in academia. I mean,
Yes, you do.
oh my gosh, we like ours not so much South Asia, although there's a bit of that. Most of it is East Asia. You know,
Mhm.
we get an absolute shitload every time that we post up a job. We get a fucking trainload of applicants from China. So
Yeah.
an absolute trainload. You know, and the same thing's true with like not even smaller schools, but a lot of the bigger ones. You go and you take a look at the faculty rosters. You know, you're going to have pretty heavy emphasis in that way because it is cheaper. You know, it's a lot cheaper. And to be blunt, I mean, when we post jobs, at least the last few that I've been on, I mean, we get some American applicants,
Right.
but man, they are picky. So they are fucking picky, you know, because they
Yeah.
can be, you know. And a lot of times we're reluctant to hire them because we know that they're going to stick around just enough to mark up for tenure and then jet. So
There you
I've
go.
seen that happen several times. So, you know, and it's just like, okay, well, we just invested 4 years into you,
Right.
you know, and
Right.
as soon as you got your ticket, you're like, fuck this place, I'm out. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you're in a high demand field and you can make a shitload more money, but that doesn't mean we can pay you more.
And I mean, that's part of the,
So, and that's the problem, man,
yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, that's the part of the fallacy, the argument too, is when people say like, well, if you don't want that, then the position should pay more. Here's the thing: I don't think offering more for the position
Right.
would change the result in any
Probably
way,
not.
shape, or
It
form.
probably, it probably inflated. So, to
Yeah,
tell you the truth.
yeah, because that means that you can save more by basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, you could just cut the pay of the guys you already have. Yeah.
So what is this? It's sort of like realization of like never assigned to malice. This is like never assigned to malice, which you can apply to cheapness. That's
Well,
what.
yeah, you know, and I mean, it's just it's just. I mean, and I see that a lot of schools, not just mine, but I see it a lot. Like the school up the hill here is fucking terrible for that right now.
Are they?
Oh, dude, they are so broke right now. So that
Is it deserved?
yeah, it's deserved. They
No, no.
fucking they loaded up on Department of Education grants, and they built out all this infrastructure on soft. That's what we call soft money. Okay,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah,
and then it
yeah.
got yoinked, and now all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, we got to bring all these people onto our native payroll. Fuck. So you know, or you cut heads, which is something that I've noticed that out of all the industries that I've participated in, this one is the most resistant to that
Why?
because you're fucking somebody's livelihood.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to type that into words, man. I don't know.
You're gonna starve their children, you know? And it's like, yeah, highly qualified people who can do a lot of other shit than this. So, you know, um, I mean, I fight off job offers every fucking week, you know, and it's just like, man, no, you know.
Well, maybe if you had the approach of basically like you were signing athletes, so if you
That's not how it works, man. So I've never worked in a place other than maybe like public schools where it's been like, oh, you've earned your spot here.
oh,
Part of this building is yours. You
no,
know?
no, no. I mean more along the lines of, like these guys that are, they're going to take their 4 years and they're going to disappear. Where you sign like, okay, well, we're going to sign you for 6,
Mhm.
right? Um, we're going to reevaluate at that
Mhm.
point, or you can go free agent,
No, they franchise
right?
everybody. No, okay, so it's not the only industry that I've seen that. So the railroad was definitely like that too.
I would love if
It was definitely like that too, man. Where if you had gotten your licks in and you had earned your stripes, so
oh
you were basically fucking bulletproof.
you're a fixture, yeah,
You're
right,
a piece of
right.
furniture at this point in time, yeah. So,
No,
and
but
that was even
yeah,
true amongst like non-union guys. like managers. I mean, you really had to fuck up to get fired as a manager. So
But was it hard to get manager?
there weren't very many of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, but it was pretty brutal. Like the amount of pushback that I got when I quit or I put my notice in, and I gave 6 months notice, was intense.
Wild,
It
yeah.
was wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was completely the wrong approach because I probably would have said yes to them if they had just said, "Oh, well, yeah, we can get you in Denver. There's an open job there right now," which there was.
But see,
But the fact that I was trying to extract something out of them was offensive. So they had crossed a line that was not to be crossed. Yeah.
see, this is where, to get back into it, I think there would be some value if, say, especially like in the university system,
Mhm.
going back to contracts, you're like, okay, look, so here's what we need, here's what we've got.
Sure.
So we are going to trade you and some cash.
To Arizona State. Yeah. It's like, I'm sure you're going to do great there. So we're going to get you a nice moving package. Yeah. So I'm going to get you, yeah, you got to call this guy down there. He's going to get your kids set up in the school. You're going to be fine.
Like
So,
you got some dude in like fucking humanities and like some like how the fuck did this guy get signed for 12 years? You're like, we got
yeah.
we got like Adam State to eat this contract.
Yeah. Glad they didn't read that one twice.
Right. You like you bully him into it. It's like, look,
I hate to beat you up here, but
I know you need the position, and I know this person's maybe I wouldn't say their best years are behind them. I think they've got 3 or 4 of their prime years left, and
yeah.
there's going to be a little bit of cruising. But the bottom line is, we've looked at your numbers. You don't have a single black person on your campus, so
Yeah.
here's the thing: you're going to eat that contract
We're
for
going
us.
to eat that
You're
contract
going to eat
for
that
us.
contract
We're
for
going to
us.
send you a really nice black guy. Yeah.
We're going to send you a really nice black guy. Now, here's the thing: you're not going to walk away from this empty-handed. We don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So the future is always something to have in consideration here. We're going to give you a couple of first rounders.
Right. We're going to give you a couple draft picks. Yeah, no, it would never, no, it would never, ever work. As hilarious as I would find it. I was like, man, I'm getting put out to pasture. It's like, yeah, I'm with this contract too long, man.
Look, all right, I
Gotta put
love
up
you.
numbers. Yeah.
I love you, and I want you to stay here. But I mean, there is something to be said about you get the message in the middle of your class where it's like, all right, listen, hey guys, it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this lecture out.
Yep.
Because I have to be on the plane to Ohio State tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. It's trade deadline was last night, man, and I got the call. Yeah.
Is the trade line? Yeah, that's a good question. Is the school trade deadline? It would have to be before summer.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring some farm guys up from the community college. Wow, this guy's straight out of high school, man. He's got badass stats.
That's a good question. I don't know what the actual farm league is when it comes to like college.
I don't know. It's the adjunct pool.
It's-
There are schools that do that, though, man. I mean, there are schools that 100% contract labor. So
well, yeah. I mean, so
I've worked for them.
you have. I mean, that's the thing, and there's a part of that does make sense. But I mean, sort of. You remember the Rockies experiment where they didn't really have a bullpen; they just had like 20 relievers.
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of
that's very similar.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. See 3 of them in one inning. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah. No, man. We'll see. It's changing a little bit, but it's slow. And quite honestly, I mean, like for all the bitching that people put out about the education system, it's fucking fine. So, you know, it really is.
Well, I think so. I think all right. I think part of the health of the ecosystem is that there are constantly benefits and problems that are coming out of it.
Sure.
And there's no it doesn't seem like there's really a great big wall in the way that keeps people from getting information out of the
Hmm.
east into the west, where people where they can't actually voice and have those things addressed. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the thing is allowing those things to get into the open where people can actually take an
Hmm.
attempt at solving them is kind of a big thing. You and I both know that there are institutions out there where, um, I'll give you a great example. This was something that I did not. What do you know about the leadership of the post office?
Oh, very. I know there's a postmaster general.
That's correct. Now,
So
he
yeah,
doesn't carry a firearm,
not
but
that kind of. It's like the surgeon general. They don't actually have that many divisions.
right. So here's the thing: is can anybody fire the postmaster general?
I don't think. I think it's just the president. Can't even do. Yeah. Okay. So it's like the FBI appoint. Well, I get the president can fire the guy who's in charge of the FBI. We've
The,
seen it happen. Yeah.
right. So the postmaster general, and this was something I did not
It's
know.
just like being the chairman of the Fed.
Listen to this bullshit. Okay, so uh, the postmaster general is appointed, right, by basically like a postmaster, for lack of a better term, Illuminati, right? It's obviously not that.
It's like the Cardinals picking the Pope.
Kind of it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's sort of a there is I can't remember how many. It's an odd number if I recall, but it's an odd number. There's basically like a council. There's appointees,
Okay.
right? And these people are the ones that actually appoint the postmaster general,
Okay.
right? Now, they are also the only ones who can fire the
Oh,
postmaster
so
general.
it's like having a board.
It's a board. Yep,
Oh,
that's
okay.
exactly it. But here's the issue is they don't answer. They're under the executive branch,
Hmm.
but they're not beholden to the executive branch. He cannot fire any board members. He cannot influence any board members. He cannot influence the postmaster general at all. This is a zero. Like there is a no accountability between the voters and the representation. This is an independent agency within the government, entire and designed that way, because
Oh, isn't it? It's mandated by the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken.
they said the
Same thing with the census.
evidently there was something in the 70s that sort of codified its independent status because
Okay.
they wanted it to be something that was free of political influence at some point. But in doing so, they have made it so this is basically an impenetrable division.
Okay.
Um,
Is it a problem though?
well,
I remember back in the day when they're like, oh my God, the post office is going bankrupt, blah. But my understanding is like over the last like 15 years, most of that's been fixed. So,
I think there's a lot of, I don't know the full details of it. What I can tell you is that from the people I've known that have worked there, especially places for a long time. Now, I'm not talking about people who delivered mail for a little bit, right?
mhm.
Um, my understanding is that places run like shit.
Well, okay, fine. You know, um, yeah, it just doesn't seem a terribly political entity to me, other than the fact that maybe it's a whole bunch of like fucking bullshit jobs. I mean, the government's funding all of those. I mean,
What is it? What is it? They had a couple episodes about this on the fucking Sopranos about basically like no show jobs. Was that what they called them?
yeah,
Like,
you're the
yeah,
manager of trash operations, and they have
right,
boxes stacked up in your office because you're never there. You know,
right, right,
and
right.
then Tony has to show up there so he gets a W-2 at the end of the year.
Right, right. I don't think it's that bad, and I would argue there's probably some things that people can use as like political favors and stuff like that. But
My understanding is that the post office, number one, it basically exists as a job pipeline for veterans, and then it also exists, to basically run all the mail that's not profitable. So, because basically all your UPSs and FedExes and Amazons have taken all that, over the last 30 years. Um, yeah, I know that they had a huge cut a few years ago.
yeah,
That was supposedly like the end of fucking American system, blah blah. And it wasn't. like everything else.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. How'd you get in on the post office? What was going on there?
I was
I haven't even thought about it in so long, man.
it was the Postmaster General was called before Congress to testify about something, and I was watching
I think they
Josh
have to do it
Hawley
every
fucking.
year.
I
Oh,
was
Josh
watching
Hawley.
Hawley fucking grill him about some shit, and I was like, "Well, why don't you fucking fire his ass?" And so,
I have armor.
yeah, that was it. So, yeah,
Constitutional
I guess,
armor.
I guess that was it. Yeah, I must have typed that question raw straight into Gemini, and it was like,
It's just straight
correction.
out of the mama bird's mouth.
Yeah, it's like, well, the reason Josh Hawley can't fire his ass is because his ass is not fireable. And then I went into detail why. I was like, why would you do it that way? That seems ridiculous. This is an unelected position. Who has authority over these things? Where's the accountability?
Dude, I wouldn't need to elect the postmaster general.
He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, this should be the kind of job that has unlimited accountability or unlimited lack of accountability.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a way to put heat on him. I don't know how to do that. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know, man. So, you know, like they were talking about that. That did come up last week where they supposedly hit $40 trillion in debt, which is actually not true, but it's like half the money that's actually on our federal debt books is basically money that it's an accounting thing, where it's basically left pocket owes right pocket.
It
And I
all
mean,
right.
there's pieces out there, and the other thing is, if you actually take a look at the top line number, it always includes all future benefits. And so if you're a kid born yesterday, they're counting your Social Security payments on actuarial tables in that. So,
Fair enough, but I mean, if it's always been that way, then
well, no, it's big,
yeah.
but
If that's always been part of the accounting, not something they just added into the last 5 years, then
no, that's one of the things about it is they've never changed the accounting system, so it's actually really, really consistent data since like the fucking 40s.
yeah.
So yeah, um, but like, it's like then people look at the federal budget and they, oh my gosh, yeah, it's the post office. No, it's not the post office, not the military. So, it's not all fucking, block grants to the states for Medicaid payments, blah, blah, blah. It's the actual Medicaid payments, and it's the Medicare payments.
Right.
It's fucking Social Security, which you could fix in 10 minutes if you really want to. So,
You could.
you could easily fix
I do believe, as we've lost, Dolly Parton and Tim Curry in the past 2 days, I do believe death will solve some of that for us.
it. Well, yeah, no, that's the other thing that, is politically inconvenient to talk about.
Death.
Yeah, so the problem with the way that the federal deficit is set up right now by counting future payments. Um, so the population of the United States got pretty big
Sure.
after Social Security was implemented,
Yeah.
then after Medicare was implemented. And so there's this big hump in the middle of the snake right now. Eventually, the snake's going to poop that out, and then it's going to look normal again. And a lot of people just don't grasp that it's not a self-fixing problem; it's a self-mitigating problem. So it won't fix itself, but it will get better.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And also let's also not. This is one of those weird things where people will turn around and say like, well, Mao had this figured out, right? Where you say, well, if the problem is that the snake decided to eat like the whole rhino at one time, maybe we should have put like stops on having so many kids at that one point.
well, then you starve the front end of the snake.
Not realizing that the incredible gains that we've also made during those time periods came from that exact same. Yes, there is also a price to be paid, and we're paying it now,
There is.
but it will be paid.
It will be paid. That's the other thing that people don't realize. It's not this like fucking credit card that's gonna get called in by China one weekend. They bought 30-year bonds just like everybody else. They have an expiry date on them, and we pay them back every single time they come up. So,
I would argue a good 5 in 10 people think exactly the way that you do. That
yeah.
there is, you'd be surprised how many people think that a the debt is something that can be called in,
Yeah.
that kneecaps can be broken over
Yeah,
this.
no, yeah, yeah. They're gonna come and fucking put a Chinese flag on your house, because you got a FHA mortgage. No, no.
Now, the other component on this is the part that people love to forget, where they're all right. So I don't love the United States being at 100% GDP, right? Debt to GDP. It's actually a little bit over that,
A little bit
right?
over that.
We haven't operated at that level in a
Not since World War II.
while.
So,
Now, there's also the component of this where you say, all right, a lot of debt, especially when you're talking about like debt to GDP,
mhm.
right, isn't just how much you have. You measure it against how much everyone else has.
Yep.
Now, most
Go
nations,
take a look at Japan.
well, so you got Japan, but you also have the boogeyman that's to their west. They say, what are they operating at?
Oh, fucking China? Nobody knows, Jeff.
Well, I know
There are estimates that range to like 300%.
actually, Patrick, 300% is what they admit.
Yeah, right. I had to look that up a little bit. Yeah, no, but I mean, here's the whole thing. Even if China's debt blows up, it doesn't mean they melt down the country for fucking parts, and then everybody starves to death on the street in 28 days.
It does not.
That's not what that means,
No.
man. So, I mean, the one thing, and there's like another argument about the whole debt thing is like, well, you can outpace death just with 1% uppage in GDP every single year. So there you go. All right. So the power of compounding interest is fucking real. Okay. So when you're talking about interest on the debt, that's fixed. That's different. you know. And the other thing about it is that there's just like an element of like, okay, so a lot of it is just fucking play money. All right. So
Yeah.
we demonstrated very aptly 6 years ago that you can print a fuckload of it, and all you get out of that is more inflation. So, and a spike in Bitcoin. But
Patrick, do you remember how many people at that time said that spending all that extra cash would not raise inflation, that they said they
yeah,
were
yeah,
unrelated?
yeah, they were unrelated.
Do you remember when they
I
said
think I might have said that at one point in time too, but I changed my mind after a bit. So
there were people again, I'm not deferring to look, there is always,
they did that for months and months and months and months.
you know what?
Yeah,
Everyone did.
yeah,
This is why I don't,
months and months and months and
this is
months.
where I'm not, and we got off easy
We
on that.
spent more on that than we did on all of World War II. It's crazy. So
And
it's crazy.
we got off easy on that
We
in
got no
terms of what
tanks out of it either.
we didn't. We didn't. But we weren't the only ones doing
Oh
that.
no.
This is where I can.
Oh no. If we were the only ones who had done that, it would have been way worse for us.
Correct.
So, but
Right.
fucking, I mean, the EU went bananas with that shit. So, I mean, yeah, it was just like, I mean, just permanently expanded the pool of money that exists out there, which is enormous. Which a lot of people just don't really think about how big it is. You know, and then they just assume that like Elon Musk has like half of it, which is hilarious. So,
Right.
I mean, it's still like there's a podcast I listen to. I don't really like the guys who do it, but they're smart and they're all embedded in the tech world and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did a pretty good job of breaking down where the wealth is in the United States. It's all in the fucking middle class, all of it. Okay, by accounting measures, it doesn't look like it because most of it is levered. Yeah, because like how many
Yeah.
people do you know who like pay off their house by the time they're 30? The answer is maybe one, two. So there you go. All right, so that person has a mortgage, so they have maybe a negative net worth at that point in time, but over time that turns into positive net worth. Okay, and then all right, so go to a neighborhood where everybody's 60. All right, about half of them probably have that house paid off at that
Yeah.
point in time. That's where all your fucking wealth is. You know, if you were to take all the billionaires in the United States, including the top five guys, who are about half of that, and melt them down for parts, I mean, it would pay for Medicare for like 3 months. So if you were to take the entire Fortune 500
Yeah.
and melt it down for parts, it would barely pay for a year of the federal budget because they don't own their assets.
Nope.
All their assets are levered. So, that's crazy.
Well, it's not crazy. It's
Well, no, I mean, it's crazy that people like, oh, yeah, we'll just fucking tax the shit out of NVIDIA. It's like, okay, it generates tax revenue. If you melt it down for parts tomorrow, it will stop doing that. And you'll only get a few months of benefit out of that. So it's like literally killing your cow right before it's about to calve. Come on, man.
oh no, I understand. If you want to take the view, if you want to take a look at this and say, like, all right, we have a problem with the tax structure at this, and if you want to make the argument, if you want to look at the way that people pay taxes and the structures they do it
Sure.
on and the levels, I have no problem with that. That makes sense. And if you want to look at business the same way and say, like, all right, well, this doesn't seem commensurate. I can see, wanting this group to pay more here, but it has to be done in conjunction with, all right, this is an everyone thing. Because if you look at this and just say, like, well, if we do that to this group,
Yeah.
okay, will that actually solve the problem? No, not really.
Not really.
Not really, and not for long. And that's sort of the issue. I have been, and again, this is the weird thing where this stance I take is unpopular with both sides, right? Where I make the argument that there is not a person on this planet that should have an income tax if you had an income, right?
Mhm.
Nobody's income tax should be zero.
Yeah.
Nobody's income tax should be zero because my argument is the very notion of that. If you're going to have one, all right, yeah, I would make if it's zero, then everybody's zero. Okay?
Yeah.
But everybody should put in something because you have stake in this country, right? Even if you get off with being $10, $100, whatever it is, something because this belongs to you.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I mean, and you got to think about the marginal cost of that for somebody. All right. So right now, 50% of wage earners in the United States don't pay income taxes. They pay payroll taxes, so they do pay into Medicare and Medicaid or Social Security.
Right.
Okay, and so that's set as a flat percentage, of whatever you pay.
Yeah.
And even that, like if you wanted to fix a lot of Medicare, you would just change it, because right now, like you don't pay any more after if you make over $100,000 a year, you pay a maximum of 3% over the course of the year. Anything that you make over $100,000 not taxed. So in terms of payroll tax, once you satisfy that, so okay, fine, fix that. Okay, all right, but that's a couple nickels back into the kitty,
right?
Kind of thing. But if you have 50% of the country who, through various deductions and adjustments and things like standardized deductions, and everything like that, basically run a negative tax rate. Okay, well, you don't run a negative tax rate because you still you just get your money back. Okay, so first and foremost, that's bullshit because it means the government's hanging on to your money for a year. Okay, and you could be doing things with it.
Right.
Still at the same point in time, even if you're going to come out of the back end, so say you're, a guy who makes $30,000 a year, you're going to get all your money back. My mom makes that on Social Security. So,
right.
I mean, she gets her money back, all right, at the end of the year because technically she's still like par. And okay, so fine, all right. So if you have someone who makes $30,000 a year, you go through the taxes, they chip in $30. But that's like 25% of the people out there. That's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of fucking
That's a lot of fucking. But that $25 isn't a lot to him.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then then you turn around and you see some of the tax shenanigans that go on amongst the elite. It's like, well, fuck you guys too.
That's exactly my point. Is
what's this bullshit where you loan yourself fucking money every year?
So if your perspective is fuck all y'all, I'm with you 100%, right? And so I'll also say this here: if the reason that it's happening this way is because our tax structure is so fucked up, okay, I can certainly get on board with that here too.
Yeah.
Right? There's a part of me that says like this should be. It's easy for me as just a regular human being to go in there and basically click 10 radio buttons and it says number go up, number go down.
All fixed.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
No,
Not
it
a
doesn't.
problem.
Yeah, but we know it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
So the whole system. I mean, you're literally talking about doing heart surgery on America
To get 25 bucks
to
out of
get 25 bucks
yeah,
out of
I
everybody.
know, I know. People will put in more for that for fucking Linda's birthday party, but it's just kind of like, no, nobody. That's 50% of us shouldn't do that. It's like, fuck all of you
Yeah,
guys.
no,
Fuck
that's
all of you. All of you.
it's
All
pretty
of you.
it's pretty shocking when you realize that half the country who's working doesn't pay any income tax. So, and it's like this is somehow this is a very progressive tax structure.
The
Okay.
most progressive tax structure in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, on paper it doesn't look like it, but if you get into the math, it totally is. And then the other thing about it is like, okay, so America has an extremely low corporate tax rate. I like that. So I really do, because our fucking corporations pay for 2/3 of your. And if you went to any country with a single payer system, guys, I got a plan. We're gonna make all employers cover 2/3 of all the costs. Fucking, they'd be like, oh fuck yeah, let's do it right now. Yeah. So, okay, so that's fine, man. I'm not as worried as about healthcare as like some of the other structural things. I mean, all these attempts to go to some kind of single payer system are going to fucking fail. So, because there's too many people at the table and everybody's got to pay. That's the thing. Okay.
Right.
I got to pay. You got to pay.
Yep.
Farms got to pay. Fucking doctors got to pay. Hospitals got to pay. Government's got to pay. Companies got to pay. Got it. Everybody chips in the kitty. But no, I want it for free because I only make $48,000 a year. It's like, no, you don't get it for free, dude. Sorry, you got to pay because there are a lot of you. Just have to pay a little. So
This week,
you got to pay.
this week, Patrick, this is the most amazing thing. This is Gavin Newsom announced that his state can do it better
Good luck.
with medication. Did you see this?
Mm-mm. With medication,
With medication.
everybody's getting GLP-1 drugs.
No.
Oh,
No, 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 no.
everybody's getting fentanyl, huh?
You're not going to believe this. That what he wants to set up,
Mhm.
and this is not me exaggerating, making shit up. This is what he was saying in response to prescription prices.
Mhm.
Is basically he wants to set up an in-state drug manufacturing for the state of California
Uh-huh.
and the residents of California
Mhm.
to bring the price of medication down.
Yeah, this sounds like a state-owned grocery store. Cool.
Why,
Let's do it.
Patrick? Why would doing all of your local, essentially doing all of your medication in state be a bad idea that will not lower the prices of
Well, the first problem
medication?
is it's in California, so you got to pay everybody more. So
Step one,
that's step
yes.
one, yeah. Step two is like I don't think Walgreens is going to like that very much, and I don't think they're going to share their stuff with you. So
I don't think they
I don't
are.
think Pfizer's going to like that very much either, and I don't think they're going to share their shit with you either.
I don't think they are
Yeah.
either.
So, and the other thing is like, okay, so if you actually pull all of that out, I mean, how many pharmaceutical companies exist in California already? So, so like when you build state-run grocery stores, King Soopers leaves. So there you go. Hey, look, man, it might be a good idea for like your very basic, like fucking blood pressure medications and like fucking aspirin and shit. Okay, so it's
What,
basically
what,
government cheese, just
no,
not
no, hang on.
cheese.
But here's
Yeah.
the problem. Do they already make aspirin?
Oh yeah,
What,
California's not going to be able to do it cheaper. Right. Yeah.
There's no version of this
No.
where they can make it cheaper.
Hmm.
Why would you say this shit? Well, actually, I know why you say this
Yeah,
shit.
to get elected,
Well,
set yourself up
you
for
say this shit
presidency.
because somebody's going to shoot it down, and you can basically say,
It would have worked, great, except for Donald Trump. Yeah.
it would have worked. I know, but I mean, just it's like so. You're taking it, and it's not. California is not the highest cost labor state. It's close.
Yeah, it's real close.
It's real close.
Yeah.
Um, but it is also when it comes to those other things that are also going to impact that are um, is California one of the less regulated states?
No,
No, it's not.
it's the other end of the thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you're going to take the highest paid laborers and the most regulated state, and you're going to make pills for one state of 50,
Mhm.
and that's going to make things cheaper.
No, it's just it's talking point. So nope.
That really happened. I mean, this is the sort of so I can't. Oh, I think it was the AG of Pencil. No, it wasn't Pennsylvania. Or was it today? Person who said their first mission uh, was to blow up Trump's ballroom. It's like, what is your platform if what you're running on is blowing up a fucking ballroom
Yeah.
that's not constructed yet at this point?
No, it's
Like,
just
you guys
completely
are
performative,
fucking
man.
nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, this is just
To get all the Democrats, to get all the normies over. I'll vote for me. Nah, none of it's gonna work, dude. None of that shit's gonna work. So um, Democrats, okay, like, all right, let's give them the best case scenario. So this fall, they take the House, they take the Senate. Great. What are they gonna do?
they're gonna run impeachment hearings. That's pretty
Exactly.
much it.
That's all they're gonna do all the
So
way up to the election.
that,
Are they gonna do anything with prescription drug coverage?
no,
Are they gonna do anything about debt?
no,
Are they gonna be able to end the war in Iran?
maybe.
How?
I don't know.
Yeah. Remember,
When they
he's got
say,
this fucking lame switch that he is like, oh, it's not actually a war. Ha ha, I get 60 more days. Then he can turn the light back on and ha ha ha. Because they passed that motherfucking law that lets him do that.
no, this is
This is the
again,
thing that it
this
took
is
me a little
all.
while to wrap my
Oh my
brain around.
god,
But,
this is
everybody says, oh, we haven't declared war since World War II. It's like bullshit. So the fucking yes. So the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, that was basically a blank check to LBJ. There you go. So yeah, the AUMF, that was a blank check to everybody after George W. Bush. Because they
well
refused to repeal the motherfucker. So
the in the same. I'm like the shit that got me to is again with the whole things where they're talking about. Uh, no, again, I get this is a certain wing of this. I know that there's a bunch of noisy people about this, like stacking the Supreme Court and stuff. I'm like, you guys realize
can't
that
do it.
if you put that to 13, it'll be 21 the
Yeah,
next time guys are in charge.
like I
It'll
don't
be
care how
fucking
partisan
28.
your fucking parliamentarian is. There is no fucking way they'd be able to do that without a supermajority in the Senate. There's no fucking way. So it is an absolute pipe dream. So the same thing. Oh, we should abolish the Senate and change the presidency and blah blah blah. It was like, all right, so there's this way to do that. It's called a constitutional convention. so so you got to decide which states you're going to try to invade.
Yeah, it's like because the constitutional convention requires 2/3 vote, does it not, of the states?
It requires all the states to agree to one.
Oh,
Good fucking
well,
luck.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
good
yeah.
fucking luck. So I remember reading about that a while ago, and I can't remember what libertarian retard was going off about that.
Pick one.
Yeah, exactly. It might have been Ron Paul. I'm not sure. So, but like trying to get some support behind that until you actually go read the dinner menu that is our founding document that basically says, yeah, you can do this. This is how. And it's like, wow, that's really hard. That's harder than winning an election. You have to win 50 of them all at once.
I know you're sitting there at the table saying like, why do they make this so hard?
Why do they make this so hard? Yeah.
It's almost like they didn't want us to do this.
Yeah. It's like, well, we could amend the Constitution. Great. Yeah, that requires 2/3 of the states and a full ratification. And the last time we came close to that was a balanced budget amendment back in the 1990s. Oops. Could have got it, boys.
I know, dude. This shit is it's a. I love these ones. I love this. Like we're gonna be stacking this. I'm like, no, you won't.
Mm-mm.
No, you won't. As a matter of fact, you guys had an opportunity to do this, and when you did, it was downvoted so hard to send a message not to do this retarded shit again.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's just the way that it's going. So,
I get it. No, if you want to make the argument, if you want to make the argument and say like, I don't know if lifetime appointments to the Supreme Court is the best thing that we ever did. I can't really say. I
yeah.
can see points for it. I can see points against it. I can be like, I don't know, man.
Well, the only other thing you do on it is you do a mandatory retirement age. So, I mean, that's a much easier fix.
Right,
So it's like,
right.
all right, 65, you're done. Okay, cool. So if you get appointed when you're 30, great, you get a 35-year term. So if you get appointed when you're 60, you get a 5-year term. You know? So I mean, like I mean, we do that with the military. We do it with pilots for crying out loud. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not exactly hard. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the age cap on the presidency because the age cap on the presidency is called an election. So, and if you think that doesn't work, I point you to 2024, where that became the issue.
That's such a weird thing too to look at this and say like, you know what? If you get past the safeguard and you say like, all right, so if we put this in place and we say like, all right, this right, the safeguard is the election,
Mhm.
right? It's to turn around and say like, here's where we are on this. We all got so swept up in this. We went crazy, went absolutely nuts, and we voted for this guy who was 18. And the real problem wasn't that we elected him. It was that he was just too young.
He wasn't 35.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's actually in there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
right. Yeah,
Is the safeguard that mitigating factor is supposed to be the thing that makes you say like, well, he hasn't even like my boy hasn't even gotten like he didn't have a work permit. He didn't like there's a thing where you're just kind of like, no man, you can't even be eligible for the NFL draft at this age. Like
right.
this is you have to go to your third year.
Yeah, no, that's in there. I don't think anybody has. I mean, I'm sure you can find people who have a problem with that. So, oh, yeah, I'd like to have a 22-year-old hot president.
Oh, there's a lot of people who will say that you should be able to do.
Okay, just wait. You'll get there. I mean, so the old thing is a little bit different. But again, I mean, you could do that in the case of the Supreme Court. Because it's not an election.
Right,
So there's
right.
not an election. Okay,
Yep.
so then you can put different guardrails in. Got it. Okay, fair. But like honestly, how much has the Supreme Court thing not really worked out?
Bro, it comes and goes in waves.
It comes and goes. That's why there's 12 of them, man, or 9 of them. So it's like, okay, all right, so one of them's melty. I mean, that person has an army of fucking lawyers working for them. So I mean, you know,
Well, this is true. I'm yet to see any of
I'm
the
sorry, clerks.
right, right. But I'm yet to see any of the like dissents written in like Brandon.
Right,
It's
yeah,
not.
exactly. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, come on, dude. Like when people start fantasizing about like, oh, well, if we could just change this or change that, it would reform the whole system. Okay, you might be right. But what you're doing is you're avoiding the hard work of winning an election. Okay?
Yeah.
So, when it comes down to it, you need to do that before you even think about doing this. There is an order of operations here that you're trying to violate, and it's like, okay, it's a great idea, but you're wasting time. So
Well,
get your ass out there and start organizing, you know?
when you get to the brass tacks of this, you say like, all right, what is it that we're trying to not do or we cannot accomplish, right?
Right. We can't turn Texas blue, so it's never going to work. Yeah, go to Texas, spread the gospel, get to it, son. You know?
California used to be a red state. This is
Same thing. Go to California,
this is
my young Republican man.
well.
You know?
So the ultimate point on this one here is like, what is it that you cannot do and you're trying to circumvent? Well, so the bottom line here is understanding that 4 out of 10 people will vote this way automatically. 4 out of 10 people will vote this way automatically.
Mhm.
Okay. The whole point in there is to make your perspective on what is wrong and how you plan to fix it appealing enough to get
Yeah.
that group of people to agree with you.
See, this is what Donald Trump did beautifully. Right under the noses of both parties. And it's what the DSA is absolutely failing to do. I mean, it's all about Palestine and, fucking gender and sports and stuff. And, socialism is about getting together after work and having a beer. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't think you converted anybody from the other side on any of those arguments. So
You converted people who were already socialists.
that's not a conversion.
Well,
It's like, I'm sorry, I was already Catholic. Oh, okay.
right. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Did I get baptized twice? Does that make me super Catholic?
You evangelized some people who are already
Right.
socialists,
Right. Yes.
right? So I'll give you that much. But yeah, as far as there's not, there's nobody in the when you pull the numbers every single time. Okay, every single time you're gonna pull this, and they're gonna try and ask this in just maybe it's the best way, maybe it's not. There's a version of this where you can say like this is good question taking, it's not. But when they basically throw the question of like how do you feel towards communism, and 66% of Americans are going to say like I think it's dog
I
shit.
think it's dog shit. Yeah,
Say the
killed my
same.
grandfather. Yeah.
You say the same thing about socialism. It's going to be plus minus 5 points,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a section of like how are they different, right? I got it. So you're not grabbing any of those people that are in that middle section, and certainly not from the other side. We're saying like, I have seen how things have been,
Hmm.
and you guys have finally said something that makes sense to me,
Yeah.
right?
It's gonna be a minute.
You can get the people who are already believing that to get hot enough to get up on the campus and load up on a bus and vote on the shit because
Sure.
they're kind of like, hey, our time has come. Then they'll go ahead and get onto the local stage in your area and they will air out your retarded quotes
Oh yeah.
one by one and say, did you say this? Um, well, I mean, are you circumcised? Right? That's the
That was hilarious.
to his credit,
That
man.
was great.
I forget that guy's name. I do appreciate that dude took exactly no fucking shit from that. He's just kind of like, yeah, that's a lot of things, but not an answer to the question.
He did say that. Yeah, he asked. So it's like circumcision is a lot different than castration. Do you think they're the same things?
It's like, excuse me, sir. You said the NFL is racist. Do you still believe that?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you about ticket prices. You made it about ticket prices. Is it still racist?
Right.
So, I mean, that's the thing is, yeah, you're going to get that. You're going to get fucking, the people that lined up with this. This is where Hassan Piker was at today, where it's like, so do you stand with the guy that said America deserved 9/11? 10 people today had to actually disavow the man today, which was funny. Why? Because their goddamn district has Jewish voters.
And probably 9/11 survivors. It
I can tell you
hasn't been
they're
that
all.
long, Jeff. Yeah. I mean, So, yeah.
Let me just tell you, a lot of these were in New York and Pennsylvania. So I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah. There you go. It's like, I know where we should hold a rally. Let's invite Mr. Piker down to this one, shall we?
God, and he spent fucking like 2.5 hours just bitching about it. So whatever. God.
No, man, and the more that I think about it, the more I think you're right. Is they're opening up the field, and there's this big JD Vance filled hole in midfield right now,
That's correct.
and all he has to do is come up and say, yeah, I think it's time to do something about healthcare. Let's take a look at those drug prices and see what we can do. You know, I'm not quite sure exactly what that's going to look like yet, but we'll get there. Kind of thing. It was like, you know what? Gas is pretty fucking high. You know what we should do? Drill more. The holes are already there. We just got to flip the switch and turn them on. So
I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you some of this fucking like ancient wisdom.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is a graph.
Right.
So I've got it.
Yeah.
So see how this? It's like, all right, what you're going to see on the left is arrow going to go up.
Arrow go up.
And what you're also going to see is you're going to see arrow go down.
Yeah.
Okay. This is stuff. This is priceless stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I have heard.
For tail.
I have heard through sources.
Yeah.
That I know where stuff is.
I know where stuff is.
And I know guys who can get it.
I know guys who can get it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, we don't need to get it from Saudi.
Dude, that's far.
It's far. It's all kinds of problems over there. Just leave them to them, you know. Kind of. I'm telling you, man, there's just a huge hole right there. That I mean, I
I don't know what you've heard, but Islamic oil
yeah.
has bed bugs.
We just stop that right at the border. You know who likes bed bugs? Europeans. So, you know,
They want it? That's
they
fine.
want it. They can have all the
Do you
bed
want
bugs.
fucking bed bug oil? That's okay. Put it on the side of the trucks. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and that's if Vance runs. And if he doesn't run, Rubio will run. And he'll
Yeah.
do an even better job of it. So, you know, who knows, dude? Who knows? All I know is that the Republican primary is going to be boring as fuck. So, I don't even know if they're going to have one.
What, here?
Maybe. There might be some. I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe Ted Cruz will take another stab at it. But I mean, that's just for fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's just for funsies.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, yeah. Democrat one's going to be hilarious.
Look,
It is going to be so fun to watch, dude. I mean, it's like gearing up for a great baseball season. You know.
it's not even a big. Oh, look, all right. So I know that when they the fun thing right now is they're looking at polls and they're saying like, oh yeah, it's going to be like this, this, and this. All right. When it comes down to it, all right, you don't control. I mean, you don't control any of this stuff, right? We're not there yet, but when it comes down to the game, it is still going to be one play left, and you're down by 7. You have to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion, right? You're not in a good spot. And right now, unfortunately, instead of, okay, here's the thing. You are down, and you can shorten that lead. You can make it close. But the fucking dumb things you're doing right now are guaranteeing that all you have is a Hail Mary play
Yeah.
on the last down. And that's the thing is
Yeah. Stop this wildcat bullshit and get to it. Yeah.
because all you're doing is you're setting yourself up where like the only thing that we can do is we can throw a candidate out there that maybe they say or do something that's so off the wall that it catches fire.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it's possible.
And it can happen.
We've seen it happen.
We've seen it happen. But ultimately, that's not smart football.
Mm-mm. No, man. And I mean, so the last 2 times we've seen the Democrats do it was 1992. So when this dude came out of nowhere,
Absolutely no.
but he absolutely ran down the middle lane. So, you know, he was like, you know what's the problem in this country? Crime.
Ran as a Democrat
Yeah.
and said,
My mama never used no welfare.
it's not just crime, it's a certain segment of crime.
Segment of crime.
And I'm gonna do something pretty smart here that lets me not say it's that segment of crime, but I'm gonna punish that segment of crime. Which he did.
Yeah.
And he punished the shit out of
And
it.
he did.
Yeah.
With the help of Joe Biden. So
That happened.
that did happen.
That did happen.
That did happen.
Yeah.
So, and then we saw it happen in 2008 where fucking, yeah, you did have this like once in a generation dude take out probably the least popular and go on to be a war hero.
Well, it's just, yeah, you're right.
So we've seen it happen twice. It could happen again. We did not see it happen in 2016. We did not see it happen in 2020. We did not see it happen in 2024. So, you know, because they were too busy holding Bernie Sanders' head underwater. You know, and quite honestly, 2020 was basically COVID and everybody was pissed off. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? There might be somebody out there.
Well, 2020, you're right. 2020 is basically 2020 is the World Series on a strike year.
It was yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
it
was.
really was. I don't. If you want to argue that the two best teams didn't make it to the series that year, or
Yeah,
there was some kind of crazy shit going on, yes, I absolutely believe it. But
yeah.
yeah, and then look, I get that if the pattern is that weird shit has been happening, maybe the pattern is that there's weird shit that
There might
still
be
needs to
weird
be
shit.
sorted out. But as you know, the foundation books lay out here, it's all part of the grand empire's plan.
Right.
So
Yeah.
things will work out as they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
The emperor wills it.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right. I'm Pat.
I'm different. It is as the emperor will.